Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey Dons, I'm Catherine.
And I'm Anushka. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, 2020.
And you're watching CHTV. Hey, did you watch the election news last night?
Oh, yeah, that was really intense.
I know, right? So much anticipation.
Oh, by the way, how's your Wednesday going?
Good. What about you?
I mean, it's going.
Fair enough. Now let's head into your CHS report.
Seniors, it's time to make money moves. Submit your FAFSA or CADAA by the end of the year to be entered into a drawing for a Target gift card. If you need help, links, or tutorials, please check the counseling website.
Attention Dons, please join BSU, MAZA, Latinos Unidos, and Taiwanese Club for a joint meeting today at 8 p.m. Together we will be discussing current issues in our communities. You can contact an officer for the meeting link.
A reminder that the NSDA Club will have its general meeting next Wednesday, November 11th at 11 a.m. All members who have applied to join the club, as well as any interested CHS students, are welcome. Join to hear more about our club and get introduced to upcoming events. The meeting will take place on Zoom, so get the Zoom link from our Instagram bio at CHSNSDA.
Today's segments feature information on Filipino Heritage Month and a fun game to feature your family. Take it away.
Hello everyone, I am with my mom and my dad, and this month of October is Filipino Heritage Month, so I'm going to ask them questions about life in the Philippines and what they know. Hopefully that can educate all of us and we could learn something new today. So the first question is, who were the first people in the Philippines? Like, what's the history of the Philippines?
The first people to live in the Philippines were the Pygmies, or we call it the Aitas, and they migrated from Africa. Those people were the original considered the Filipinos until the Spaniards came.
What happened to them?
When the Spaniards came, when they colonized the Philippines, some of them had children with these Pygmies. But then came the Indonesians and some other people from neighboring countries like Indonesia, China. So it's been like a mixture of everything now for the Filipino. So you couldn't really tell which one is really the true Filipino anymore. So when the islands were like still connected to each other, we used to have elephants and other animals too in the Philippines. But the climate there is not suitable for them because it's always rainy. There were like typhoons.
How many dialects are there in the Philippines? Because you said like a lot of people came to the Philippines.
That's a good question. Me and your mom, we speak these different dialects too. Your mom speaks Tagalog, I speak Ilonggo. Overall, there were like more than 100 dialects to be exact in the Philippines. And but Tagalog is considered the most spoken dialect in all over the Philippines.
Next question is, what's the history of the Filipino flag?
History? Okay.
Oh my God, Mom.
The history of the Filipino flag. When we are ruled by the Spaniards for more than 400 years, the Filipinos got fed up. They are illiterate, uneducated. They are even considered pagans because they worship everything. They worship trees, they worship animals. They don't know anything. So they end up slaves for the 200 years. They were not educated. Time goes by, it's a very long time, and then some of them learned that they become educated, some of them. Only a few though. And then these educated ones who were able to come out of the country and see the difference between life in other countries and the life in the Philippines, they came back to the country, to the Philippines, and they encouraged people and they tried to open up their minds and they educate people about the kind of life somewhere else in the world, that the people there are being treated equally. They have freedom. They are not considered as animals or slaves. So they encourage them to revolt against the Spaniards. But in order to do that, to rally the Filipinos, they have to have this symbol. So they make a flag. The first flag we have is only the red and blue. There is no star. We call like a sun and a star around it, like a triangle. It's just the red and blue.
And what about the rest of the flag, like the triangle and the stars?
Oh, the triangle and the sun, it came after when we had this like the Commonwealth government, we call them, after it was given to us by the Americans. It's a Commonwealth government. Then we had a president now, and he had this idea that because the Philippines is comprised of so many islands, but there are three major islands: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And the three stars you see on the flag, it is the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. They were the big islands there. And the sun that you see in the middle, when you look all over, you see the sun. So that's why they have this sun surrounded by this island, because everywhere you go, you will see the sun. So are we done, Mark?
Yes, we are done. It's closing time.
No.
Hello, Dons. This is Sean, and you're watching the 2020 MLB Postseason finale.
The winner takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. We'll never sacrifice their will. Don't ever look back on the world closing in. Beyond the attack with your wings on the wind. All the things will begin. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. And it's ours for the taking. It's ours for the fight. And it's sweet, sweet.
The World Series has come to its conclusion, and the Los Angeles Dodgers have come out on top. The Dodgers managed to win the World Series by beating the Rays in a Game 6 3-1. Game 6 was essentially a bullpen game for the Dodgers. The Rays' starting pitcher, Blake Snell, did a very great job at keeping the Dodgers at bay for nearly 6 innings. However, with the exception of a home run from Arozarena in the first, the Dodgers' relief pitchers were able to keep Game 6 scoreless for the next 5 innings. In the bottom of the 6th, Snell is taken out and relief pitcher Nick Anderson is put in. This gives the Dodgers an opportunity to gain a lead over the Rays. It starts with a wild pitch from Anderson, which allows Barnes to make it to home and tie the game. Corey Seager grounds to first base, and Mookie Betts beats the throw from first to get to home and give the Dodgers their first lead of the night. Mookie Betts would come back in the 8th inning to hit a home run and advance the Dodgers' lead. To help secure this lead, Julio Urias came in the 7th inning and wouldn't allow a run to be scored for the rest of the game. In the 9th inning, with only 1 out remaining for the Dodgers to win it all, Urias strikes out Willy Adames and gives the Dodgers their first championship in 32 years. This postseason has been a very interesting and unique one that will surely be remembered in baseball history. Especially with the pandemic, whether or not baseball was going to be played this year was uncertain. Luckily, baseball was played this year and we were able to cover this postseason together. I hope that you have enjoyed these postseason segments and look forward towards another great year of baseball.
The proper way to wash your hands. Get water. Get the soap, but I don't have right now. So let's wash your hands. And pump on.
Hello, this is CHTV. I'm Hayden, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Halloween costumes that people have sent me. Let's get started with it. Alright, let's start off with mine. So, as you can see, I'm Where's Waldo, and I gotta give myself a 10 out of 10 because, let's be honest, come on, yeah. Next one is this. Now, I don't really watch anime, but compared to what it usually looks like, the sword is dope, and it looks tight, so I'm giving that one another 10 out of 10. Alright, next one we have a ghost here. Now I'm gonna have to give this one a 15 out of 10. Let's be honest, it took a lot of work, very creative, and also it's really spooky for spooky season, really spooky. Next. Now the next one is Red Riding Hood. Now I'm gonna have to give the costume a 6, but the photo itself like a 14 because I don't know, whoever took that photo must be really good at taking photos. Next. Alright, next we got this. I honestly don't know how this got submitted, but this is a nice costume, but I had it first. Next. Alright, next we got an elf right here. Now, elf is December, and we are in spooky season, so unfortunately you're disqualified. I don't make the rules, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give you a 2 out of 10. Just because you're cheating Halloween, it's spooky, so just don't ever do that again. Thank you guys so much for submitting you guys' costumes. I hope everyone had a really fun and safe Halloween. And now that Halloween's over, it's time to get into turkey season. I'm Hayden, and you're watching CHTV. Goodbye.
That's it for today, Dons.
Thanks for tuning in to CHTV.
We wish all of you
Belated Dia de los Muertos Wednesday.